Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the channel. This is a GT Sport Daily Race C strategy guide at Autopolis International Circuit, and it is Group X cars. Now we have 10 laps to negotiate. As I said, it's Group X one make. Fuel consumption at times 3, tyre wear at times 15. We have a grid start with a full start check, and we have the racing hard tyres as our only option. Now of course, with it being Group X, we have no idea what car it's going to be, but there is a few indications in the settings that give us a slight idea. 10 laps, we know we have to try and get the race is going to be around about 18 to 19 minutes, so my pick of choice is the Red Bull Junior. Its lap times of around about 1:45, fit in absolutely perfectly with that kind of finishing time. Also good start, full start check is what we usually get with this car. A couple of other candidates are the Fittipaldi EF7 and the Renault RS01, but I would be surprised if it was either of them, and I'm going to hedge my bets that it's going to be the Red Bull Junior. Now with tyre wear at times 15, that's obviously quite high even though it is the racing hard tyres. But we're at Autopolis, it's quite a notorious circuit for chewing tyres as well. Probably a good idea to check out the pit stop loss, because with those settings you sort of initially think that a pit stop may well be required. So we're going to come into the somewhat tricky pit lane at Autopolis. It's caught out many a driver who've ended up in that wall, then been reset to track, and not being able to make their pit stop. But in we come, we get into the box nice and fine. It actually stops durations at 5.8 seconds, pit time 10.8, but because you have quite a slow entry into the pit lane, the actual loss for a pit stop is around about 11 seconds, which is, to be fair, quite a lot. Now, are we going to have to make a pit stop during the race? Unfortunately, the answer is on the screen for that one. We are on lap 9 of a 10 lap run. You can see the tyre wear is not that bad at all. It is starting to come into play on the front tyres, but I realised after I'd done the run that I'd had the brake balance all the way to the front. Now that will protect the rear tyres, which you probably want to do in this car anyway. But I would probably move the brake balance slightly more to the towards the rear, but not all the way up. Maybe something around about -3 is what I'd be looking at, to try and even up that tyre wear. Now we take a look at the lap times on the right hand side of the screen. We're on, as we said, we're on lap 9. You can see though the lap times have stayed very consistent. Fastest lap on lap 6. And all the lap times coming easily within a second of each other, so that suggests that, well, it doesn't suggest, it tells us that this is a non-stop. There is just not enough tyre wear or lap time degradation to justify pitting for new tyres and losing 11 seconds. There is just no way we're going to make that back up. Around the last corner we come to complete lap 9, and we're going to start the last lap. Our short lap time is set here. It's 46.3, one of our slower lap times. So this to me is a little bit unfortunate. Just another non-stop race in Daily Race C with absolutely no strategy whatsoever. Okay, look after your tyres a little bit, you're going to benefit towards the end of the race. Just a little bit of a shame, in my opinion, that PD keep giving us these races with very little strategic elements to them. There's just simply no point in making a pit stop. You'd have to be over 2 seconds a lap faster after your pit stop to come anywhere near to doing the same kind of finishing time, and that's without actually having to overtake any cars as well, which almost certainly would have to do. One thing I will say though, if this happens to be the car that we're going to be racing come Monday, it is quite good fun round this track. It's got an unusual handling style. It tries to oversteer very slightly around the majority of corners, but it's quite easy to catch, and it does invite you to push it harder and harder. You've got to have a lot of confidence in the car that it's going to grip and stick as you go around a lot of these sweeping corners in this circuit. So it's definitely, I think as the week goes on, again I'm sort of assuming it is going to be this car, people will find and get themselves quicker and quicker as the week goes on, and they gain confidence in the car. So lap 10 coming to the end here. This would be our last lap, this would be the end of a race, and we do a 1:46.0, which is only half a second slower than my best lap. And we pulled to the third person view just to get a slightly better look at that tyre wear. As I said, you know, the tyres are, the wear's starting to come in, but you have to start getting to around about 40% on the hard tyres to really start feeling them really giving up grip, and we are nowhere near that, are we? Okay, I guess it's time to end the video there. Not a whole lot more to say. Yeah, I would guess when it comes to the starts and the grid, the start of the full starts, keep that in mind. You're probably going to want a little bit of traction control off the line as well. I haven't tested the starts, I did. Probably was something I should have included in the video. Okay, that's my thoughts for this one. I'm 90% sure this is going to be the car in the race. If it happens to be something different, I won't pull the video. I will make a quick video on whatever car it happens to be. There's a little bit of me that does hope PD surprise me and it's something like the EF7 or the RS01, or maybe even the McLaren P1. I don't know what sort of lap time that would do around the track though. But I have seen the settings for next week's race is going to be Group 2 at Suzuka with pretty sure there's going to be a mandatory tyre for that one, so that could be the return of some strategy for us. I look forward to getting stuck into that one and seeing how that one's going to unfold. Okay, I'll leave the video there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what I'm doing on the channel with these strategy guides, then please hit that like button. Very much appreciated. I do appreciate all the support. My last video, the daily race at sea strategy guide at Bathurst, has been my most viewed video so far, so thank you very much for that. That gives me the encouragement to keep going. Good luck in your races. Hopefully this has been helpful, and it will be, well, more so if it is the right car anyway. But I shall leave it there, and thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you on the next one.